Hello and welcome back to Good Game Nation, where we bring you all things TCG. My name's Preston, and today we are talking about OP09, the new Emperors in the New World, color set blue. So let's jump straight into the website. We're here on the official website in the card list, looking at. Let's start with our leader here. Our buggy leader is really interesting. We're going to be able to bring out extra characters that are more expensive than the Don that we're playing them for, which has its advantages, but also means it's locking you into a really weird play style, I think. So activate main, you can put 5 of your Don cards into rest, discard 1 card from your hand, bring into play 1 character with a characteristic cross-skilled from your hand. So any character, and you're going to probably pick ones that are more than 5 cost since you're doing it this way, so 5 or higher, plus a card in your hand, which is kind of rough, I think. Losing a card in your hand is always expensive, in my opinion. But most of our cross guild here is going to be 5 cost. There's a few lower cost characters towards the bottom, like our blocker's a 2 cost and stuff like that. But we have Nalvita. When KO'd, it brings out another character other than herself, which is nice. A replacement is always great, because you play her, and then when she dies, you'll get another character from your hand as long as it's there, which is great. So keeping board state is really important in this deck, and I think it's going to be fairly hard, because if you're paying 5 Don to get a character out, you're gonna your effect doesn't come on board until turn 3, right? So no matter what, if you go first or second, Buggy cannot cheat out a character until you have 5 Don. So you have 3 turns where you have to figure out how you're gonna get other characters out, and your only like low characters are Richie that I can think of, and you have your Searcher here. That's a 1 cost. So you have a 1 cost that you can play. You have a 2 cost that you really want to like cheat out with his Searcher. So Moji looks at the top 5, finds a Richie, and then plays a Richie. But that combo doesn't start until turn 3. So this deck is missing turns 1 and 2 to like just be relevant. You don't want to pick up your deck past 2 turns and counter out of any attacks those first 2. You want to be active. I think you want to be playing the game during those turns. So you're going to have to either mix this with other sets, or yeah, you have to find a way. And maybe Baroque Works is the way to go, because you have this crocodile here that when it's played, play up to 1 character from your hand with a cost of 5 or less, and has the characteristics Cross Guild or Baroque Works. So if you go back to set 1 and 2, when Baroque Works is, I believe it's Baroque Works is in set 2 also, when Crocodile had the starter deck and stuff. So you have a bunch of Baroque Works cards that you can work off of, and I believe our Searcher over here also has that same thing, so Cross Guild or Baroque Works. So maybe your intention is to play your first 2-3 turns with Baroque Works to get board state and set up some defense while you get to the point where you can actually start activating your leader effect and getting 7 cost cards for 5 Don. Let's keep going through the card list real quick. We have Mihawk. He's a blocker, which is a 7k blocker, is really great. You're getting him out for 5 Don if you activate your leader ability. On play, draw 2 cards, discard 1, which is good. You're going to need a lot of draw power if you're going to be activating your leader ability, since he does discard. So you're going to need that draw power. So you're going to have to dig deep and find your events and your characters that on play allow you to actually plus, because draw 2 discard 1 is only a +1 to your hand size. You get a second card to choose from. So you're going to need to find all the cards that are draw 2 -1s or just straight draw 1s without minusing. So digging back through like old Nami set lists that didn't have like the improvements that they have now and the modernization that they got with was it Kuja pirates and stuff like that, and see if there's event cards and character cards that just draw. So you're going to play your Kaya. I mean, I think that's not a plus, it's just a cycle. So I think it's draw 2, discard 2, or if it's draw 2, discard 1, that's still good. So you're going to have to go through and find cards to improve your ability to activate your buggy. And your buggy says activate main. It doesn't say once per turn, so it's potentially you can do it twice, which would be nice because towards the end of the game you can activate it twice. Let's see here. We have a very cool Nami that's going to be interesting for all blue decks. When attacking, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 blue event, and add it to your hand. Then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. All blue decks are going to have a good time with that. Blue Nami is going to have a field day with that, I think, because that deck is all events. Or a large amount, at least, not entirely anymore. We also have our leader himself over here with multiple printings. I think there's an alt art, there's a manga, and then there's a wanted, so there's 3 parallel rares for this one character. Our buggy, when played, place up to 1 of your opponent's characters at the bottom of your deck. After that, if you do not have 5 characters with a cost of 5 or more, place this character at the bottom of your deck. For choosing it out with buggy, I think this is great because you pay 5, you play this, you bounce 1 of their cards, and then if you don't keep him, he goes back to your bottom of your deck, and you do some more stuff the rest of the turn. So I think that is most of the stuff that there is to really talk about here. The cross guild archetype didn't get a full set really because there's Izo that searches for Wano or Whitebeard pirates, and that's a Marcos based card. We have Odin, which is Wano and Whitebeard, so that's another Marco leader card. When KO, draw 2 cards, discard 1 card from your hand. That's interesting, and it has double attack, very strong character. Don't think it has a good place in the Baroque Works deck. You have a vanilla Jozu, the Nami that we talked about, a Marco that comes back when KO'd. So the Baroque Works archetype is missing like 5 card slots for this set, which could have been used for lower characters or something, but these cards are probably appreciated in the deck that they're going into, so it's hard to say completely ignore all other archetypes, especially if they're struggling to pick up wins. So my thought on this deck in the next like 30 seconds, I think it has a great potential, but I don't think it's going to do well at first. I think it's going to take black to get nerfed some, or us to find a very strong opening hand that we can strive for so that we can get to the point where we can play these big characters for cheaper. Getting 1 to 2 6, 7 costs like Mihawks and crocodiles on board and stuff like that will be really nice, but you have to get there first, and I feel like some decks can beat you before you can actually get your deck going, which I think is going to be a problem for this. In conclusion, I think these cards are really cool. I think they're going to find a nice home in a deck, especially the ones that don't require a leader to be Baroque Works. I think we have some really nice things maybe that we can pull into a crocodile deck with Baroque Works, or just any blue deck that wants to move cards around, because having a blocker that's that big is not bad. You just want to pay 6 for him, find a way to make him work in your blue decks. Overall, I love the set for these cards, but I don't think they're going to be performant, and it will be very difficult to play when you do try it out. So let me know in the comments down below if I'm missing the point of this deck. Let me know if you're really excited about it. I would love to hear what you're thinking for deck list, and if there is an early game that you're striving for that you then evolve into the cross guild cheat out as many characters as possible version. Let me know everything in the comments down below. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more One Piece TCG content, hit that subscribe. And until next time, peace.